This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm delighted to be joined by Natasha Jonas over Zoom. Natasha, first and foremost, how are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good to hear. Now, obviously, I can see you've just finished your session there. How are you finding me now to get back into the gym?
Do you know what? It's I never ever knew that the gym was my happy place because I'm always moaning when I'm here. But I found out in the lockdown that it is. You know, been itching to come back, and it's good to be punching something.
How different or difficult have you found it? Kind of not being able to go to the gym, not being able to have your normal way of life.
I think it's been the same for everyone, to be fair. You know, I've got a job just like everybody else, but my job's a little bit different. And yeah, I always think that it's the routine that I hate. You know, you get up at this time, you move at this time, you train at this time, but it's actually that structure that gets me through the day.
Now you are back in the gym, though. How are you finding it? How are you trying to adapt back to what you was used to? Is your body able to work to the same degree of torture, if you will, that you kind of had to put you through before?
Oh, your body can do anything it wants. It's your mind that's got to be with it to do it. And you know, this is something I've done now for 15 years, so it's not if it's anything new. It's just getting back into the routine and just doing it, to be fair.
With these early days of training starting to get back underway now, what's kind of Joe's instructions to you about how you should be looking to get back into the swing of things?
I think I've come into this camp with a different mindset. Obviously, you've had time away, you've had a long break, you've had time to reassess your thoughts and think about strategies to going forward. And it's just lucky that me and Joe are on the same page. And yeah, it's just, it's no good in doing it in the gym and being a gym fighter and doing all the work there. It has to be shown in the ring, and I'm prepared to do that this time.
Now, obviously, you was ready to face Terri Harper for the WBC and the IBO titles, and your show got postponed or cancelled back then. What's your knowledge of where that fight stands?
As far as I'm aware, it's still scheduled. We haven't exactly confirmed the date yet, but it's likely to be, I think July, August. I think more to August than anything.
Obviously, before lockdown, you agreed everything. The fight was made. Are you going to have to renegotiate terms, renegotiate contracts? Where exactly does all of that stand?
As far as I'm aware, everything's exactly the same. Just the venue's different. So, obviously there's going to be no crowd. We're all under COVID-19 instructions from the board, and it doesn't matter where it is. It's just got to be done.
Let's obviously touch on that. There's going to be no crowd. It's being spoken about for Eddie Hearn's fight camp proposal. Firstly, what are your thoughts on Eddie's idea of staging shows at Matchroom HQ?
I'm just a boxer that boxes. I've boxer anywhere, wherever I'm told. It doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. You've got to do the same job. It's just a different arena, and it's been like that throughout my career. You box abroad, you box here, you box Liverpool, you box wherever. You've just got to box where you're told, and it's good that boxing's back. To be honest, I'm just grateful that it's back. It doesn't matter where it is.
What are your thoughts with regards to there being no fans, and how do you think you're going to adapt and adjust to not having the normal crowd and the noise that it can generate, trying to get effectively, G you on during the fight?
Yeah, I think it's going to be different. It's not something that I've done before. But once the bell goes, it's me personally. I don't hear people in the crowd anyway, so it's one of them things. You're in the zone. You're in the zone. You don't hear anything around. There's little voices, normally Joe, my mum, that I can pick up on. But other than that, I don't hear anybody.
Before lockdown, how were preparations going for the Harper fight?
It was good. Obviously, I had a little bit less time. I think it was 7 weeks, but I was already in the gym training at that time when I was approached about the fight. But this time I'm starting from, a little bit further out. I've got a bit more time. And my base work's already done. I've been keeping myself ticking over in lockdown. Obviously, you haven't got the specialised equipment to use when you're in a camp, but, I've been doing what I needed to do, and, I'm hitting this camp, hit the ground running at the face.
I know obviously after the Obanov defeat that you had, you was kind of questioning the rest of your career, how you saw it playing out. How did it feel when you had the opportunity to face Terri come up? You know, what was your overriding feeling, and how happy are you that you stuck at boxing for the opportunity to come?
Yeah, I think it wasn't the defeat. I've been beat loads of times in amateurs. It was the matter of the defeat and the style of defeat. I've never been stopped. It hurt my pride, hurt my ego. And I'm glad, I've done things and then it gets to a certain stage and I think I've gone as far as I can go and I've never pushed myself beyond that. And this time I am, and I believe that I deserve it. I genuinely believe that there's nothing she does that's better than me. It was just one of them things in boxing. Got hit with a good shot against Obanov and I couldn't recover. But I've dusted that off. As I say, I'm in a different place mentally, physically, and yeah, I believe I deserved a shot at the title. And I was the only person that was willing to take it on such short notice. Everybody else wanted to fight, but I think that shows the belief I have in myself.
What did you make of Terri's victory over Vivian? Obviously, you know, the same person you'd have both fought. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it gives her an edge or the extra advantage going into your fight?
I maybe think that she believes she's got the edge. But, I was there at the fight. It was a very good performance from Terri. And I was probably the second, third person to congratulate her because it was a good performance. I think the Boston performance after that was another good performance. And she proved what she needed to do. But yeah, there's still nothing in the performance that I think, like, it's a good performance. It's a good boxing performance. She's showed that she can get the rounds in. She's hungry. She's young. And I've just got to do everything I can to overcome that.
Obviously, since then, she fought Eva Wallstrom. When you watch Terri, against Vivian, against Eva, what are your thoughts on her as a fighter? What can you pick up on that you feel that you can take advantage of?
I think in a couple of interviews she said, she's a big super feather, which I probably don't deny. But I'm not a small super feather either. I think that she believes she has the power over me, which I think she doesn't. And yeah, she's got a good point, so have I. She's got a bad point, so have I. It is what it is. You've just got to capitalise on them.
What's it like when being back in camp with the rest of the guys? I haven't asked you about that. What's it like being able to see everyone once again?
It is mad. It's good to be back with everyone, to be fair. People think that, boxing's this lonely sport and, you're isolated and it's all about yourself, and it is. But when I train, especially in a camp like Joe's where there's, we've got 10 fighters there, you're constantly interacting with the lads and it's the atmosphere that keeps the gym a good place to be in. You work hard, you're all working towards a goal of, being the best. But then we also have a lot of fun and, we enjoy it. That's why, everyone's eager to get back because we enjoy being there.
A couple of guys in the gym I just want to kind of ask you a few questions about. And start off with Callum. Obviously, Callum was hoping to get that Canelo fight before lockdown. It seemed to be that Billy Joe Saunders had it all agreed, ready to be announced. What was your thoughts when you was reading about or you was hearing things in the gym about the back and forth between Canelo, Callum and Billy Joe?
I don't really concentrate on anybody else's, what anybody else is doing. It was good to have that, when everyone's in camp, it's a different atmosphere in the gym. Everyone's working towards a goal, like I said. But, as far as fights go and who they're fighting, it's not really my business. But, a name like Canelo's arguably one of the biggest names in the sport right now. And to be ringside, to be able to watch one of your stablemates have a fight like that would have been amazing. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. It's, Callum's still the champ. He's still the man to beat.
Well, Natasha, we'll leave that there then because I can see that you're just obviously just finishing up and you want to kind of crack on with the rest of your day. But before I do let you leave to enjoy it, what would you like to say to everyone who does tune in to watch our interview?
For all the young girls out there and lads and everyone, if you work hard, try your best, never give up, and most of all, believe in yourself. Anything is possible.
Natasha, it's been a pleasure to catch up with you, and I'll hopefully see you in person soon to do an interview. Thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
No problems. Thanks, Andi.